What's going on, guys? Got the track guide for Ring Motegi, or it's called Tochigi Ring, but it's because it's a paid URD mod. Just going through the setup here. I didn't change a single thing from the setup last week. Not even, well, maybe some tire pressure changed, but I don't think I did. Now, first thing to note here that I'm doing differently this time is I've put my Sidekick app in the middle of the screen there, so hopefully you can see. I'll circle it with the mouse. Yeah. Hopefully you can see my sort of brake and throttle inputs. You can sort of see where I'm trail braking heavily, or I'm not trail braking at all, where I'm using input, what I'm doing with the throttle specifically. Now, it's not necessarily a guide on what I'm doing with the braking and throttle inputs. That's another video I can make at another time as to how to extract the speed out of your pedals, but you know, just let me know if that's something you would want to see. One thing I will note about that is that I tend to drag the throttle like quite a bit in the corners, and all that does is just gives the car quite a neutral balance, so it sort of allows me to push a bit harder and not have the car sort of weight transferring all over the place. That's just something that I do personally, not everyone will do. So yeah, feel free to do what you want to do. Now on this track here, you'll want to use a lot of curbing. Be careful, obviously being careful not to go over the curbing, because there's not much forgiveness, but you'll want to put your wheels on the curbing pretty much as often as you can. And this final section here is a real tricky one, so to start the lap here, I'm just going to prepare the lap a little bit. Now we'll come across the line. Now on the left hand side, coming up here, you've got the 100 board and the 50 board. You need to brake sort of somewhere in between them, sort of just carry the brake through that first apex and then meet the second apex. Be back on the throttle for that second apex. Power all the way out. Now on the right hand side here, there's a 70 board. Just brake just before it and brake in once to that inside curb, and then when you're in the inside curb, back flat, powering all the way through. Now I only ever use third gear there, otherwise you'll be shifting up in the corner. Now there was a 100 board on the left hand side back there. This corner is fairly straightforward. Just be careful of the curb on the left hand side. Flats are all the way through here. Now at the start of the curb, just down one gear, try carry the speed in, and then down one more gear, no input whatsoever besides steering, just to keep that roll speed up, so I'm not braking. Now the curb on the right hand side there, I'll talk about that corner next lap. Now at the 50 board here on the left, try make a V out of this corner rather than trying to make a U out of it, so that you get a better exit speed. Now on the fastest part of the track, coming down the hill, there'll be a 100 board on the left hand side. You need to brake slightly before it so that you don't overshoot the braking zone. You really need to meet that inside curb there. Back flat, sort of take a neutral line through here, and you need to brake through the first left here but not through the second right, and you need to sort of use both curbs. Obviously being careful on exit, as you saw there, I sort of like skipped over the curb and got a bit stuck. So go through it again, so you're just between the 100 and the 50 board, sort of carry the brake through, grab that second apex and back on the throttle. Coming up down here, just before the 70 board, brake in once, and then once you're into the turn, just feed the throttle back in. You can be flat all the way through this. Use all that curb on the exit of it. Just be careful not to use the entry curb. And on the 100 board on the left hand side, brake in nice and self-explanatory. Sorry, I had a big snap of obviously on the brakes too long. Now the curb on the right here, carry the speed through, and then one downshift to get the rotation, no input, feed the throttle back in. Be careful of that curb. Now on the curb on the right again, keep a nice tight line in, and then like be as brave as you can on throttle on the outside. You can use that Astra on the right hand side. again at the 50 board and sort of make a V out of this corner, and give you a better run down the straight. Now this is the fastest part of the track, like I said before, so just brake slightly early of the 100 board so that you meet the inside curb, and then back on the throttle. Take a nice neutral line through this section here and brake through the first one but not the second one. Meet the curb and then power out. Now I'm going to put in a third lap here, but I'm not going to commentate over it. I'm just going to let it play. So yeah, good luck and see you on Friday.